Welcome, as I say, welcome again to the New Orleans TV Inner Network for the series of PSAs that we're doing to introduce or refresh your understanding of our standard lineup of programs that we've are either relaunching or creating for these early debut in February 2020 of our network shows. The station emanates from New Orleans, Louisiana, but we broadcast live simultaneously on Facebook Live via my profile account, Bob Bockelman, Boeckelman, as shown on the bottom left of your screen, or in the my YouTube channel, R space REVUE, which we would be delighted if you would subscribe to so you would know when our programs are coming on. This is vital to anyone, especially on those broadcasters who don't schedule anything, just come on randomly. We're doing this at any time now, these series, because we have 12 in total to do for the existing shows. And of course, they'll be available for you to see anytime on the YouTube channel 24/7. Facebook as well will go out live as we speak now. We will, like I say, try and replay some of these for the next week or so as we launch into our regular programming. Today's program, if I had mentioned, which I probably have not, is called Rhythms, plural, Revue. Now, it's hard to tell for those who've been following, our brand is up in your right corner. As you can see, it's a white and black caricature of an ant with a red star on it holding a different device each time. The red star ant was the acronym for restaurant. For Restaurant Revue was our primary and still is our primary program. However, we expanded as in this one. So at that time, we had all black and white logos, but we differentiated by putting whatever the ant was holding in his or her hand would be usually in color, a replica or clue to what the show's about. And right now, you can't see most of it. You can see a little bit of a red dot coming off my right ear, on your left side. We will show you in a moment. As I mentioned, it's Rhythms Revue. So what I'm going to do now is go ahead and let you see what it looks like in toto, so you'll recognize it. There you go. So there's our friend the ant, and notice he's holding, well, you could call them supposedly drumsticks. They're not matchsticks, so this is not an incendiary program. Or some other people say, well, that's kind of a narrow maracas. I said, no, it's not intended to be. They would be more colorful and wider, but it's our version of drumsticks to indicate it's music. And coming on back to me, I'll bring both of us up here. Let's see. Oh, there we go. There we go. I'm small. Maybe I can make it the other way. That doesn't look good. All right. There we go. So, Rhythms Revue. This is a program, obviously, showcasing people or individuals with musical talents. Obviously, That sounds pretty easy. Went by the name Rhythms. This one's pretty accurate in its portrayal of what we actually are doing. This grew out of our original television broadcasting between the years of 2001 and 2015, predominantly under the auspices of the parent show Restaurant Revue. We weren't able to have multiple shows back on the television station, but what we did here is, for the most part, every Restaurant Revue show included 2 or 3 songs by a live in-studio performing artist. Again, these are aspiring artists. We, just like most of our other things are aspiring guests. Not all of them are super famous. Those are handled by the big networks that they get. But our idea is to give in-depth exposure to the talents and the culture of New Orleans. And now that we no longer are limited by the confines of the cable company, meaning New Orleans, we actually expand our scope to the world. So any of our shows, as long as we can get you connected, then and all you need is a phone, a PC, or a laptop to be a guest and have one of the talents that or cultures that we're featuring. You're entitled to come on to a 1 hour show, an interview and a performance, and pictures of your talent to expose them to the world. Hopefully that serves them some value. Now, since the Rhythms Revue show was really a subset of the parent show, Restaurant Review, we don't have an hour-long music program. So we're venturing into doing that now, and we're going to see how we work it out. We don't want just song after song after song. Obviously, we want interview with the guest and song interspersed with the song. So we're going to work it out. Hopefully, we can keep it at our hour format. If not, it'd probably have to be limited to a half an hour. But we prefer to do an hour format. As I mentioned, if you want to appear or you know someone you think should appear on any of our shows, have them contact me by email at bob@rrevue.net, N-E-T, not com. R Revue, again, being our parent production company of all of our shows. Or reach me on Facebook Messenger under Bob Bockelman, which we spelled before. And any of those two would be very, very sufficient. And we'll give the parameters and explore the interest of the potential guest. Now, the format, as we mentioned, is this one. Our standard format is for the guest to come on and then discuss the pictures of his or her talent, and then a final interview, closing interview, and then signing off. These, again, it's fluid because one, we don't know how long, whether we're going to do the half hour, the hour segment. So it's going to be a hit and miss situation till we get it started. First of all, also, we're looking for bands or single artists. Remember, you can be anywhere in the world. Hopefully, we'll give you, it'll be live with some repeats during the week, as long as we have a limited number of programs, and then permanently on YouTube 24/7. Okay. So get those requests to us if you can. The next part is scheduling. I think the next thing is scheduling. Yes. This show is not yet scheduled because, as I mentioned, first, we don't have anything in the queue waiting on you all to give us some reference. However, you can see what we've done is during the years that we were on cable. Let me go ahead and bring me back up live, since you have to start. There we go. On the years that we were on cable the third time, what we would do is we extracted these folks 2 or 3 songs from the show and created a Rhythm Revue program, which, like I said, are varying dimensions. These were put on tape, and we have them here right now. If you want to see them, and what I've been doing today, we only have, I think, 7 artists on tape doing 2 or 3 numbers. Some of them actually came in and recorded the songs live with nice backgrounds, etc., as opposed to just the typical studio background on a live show. But I've been posting one by one, uploading those from where we have them on Facebook today and YouTube individually. So you might have seen, I think we've uploaded 3 already. And there will be, I think, 4 more that will be. So that's all we have at the present. That's all we had, since we didn't do it on the internet 2-year stint that we had before we started here. But if you'd like to see just what some of these local tips, we've already gotten some comments. Of one, I think, is a band that's interested. I saw one and is interested in appearing as well. And we've had some callers before asking, do y'all do music at all? And we said, well, we're looking forward to it. So once again, once we pick a a schedule. Once we start getting some talent, we will then fix the schedule. And again, all of our schedule stuff will be posted, not only just a notification on YouTube and Facebook, but actually we will start developing a TV schedule listing what day of the week, because we're going to have these programs on a certain day of the week and a certain time. Now, they may rotate as we expand our programming, but for the most part, you'll know that Rhythms Review is going to be at such and such a day and such a time. I also mentioned, because of the newness of, we're doing most of our programs in the evening. That's where usually the largest audience. But we might have a surprise, and there's another one that it's kind of audience interactive, but we might be doing in the day right up front. So I think that'll be it. I don't want to say, we're trying to keep to our 10-minute limit so we don't bore you to death. And hopefully I haven't missed anything. I don't see my little outline. But we certainly appreciate you checking us out. Remember, this program is Rhythms Revue with the red drumsticks and the not almost orange background. Okay, so hopefully you can remember that. Watch for it if you have a chance. Go ahead to YouTube and see some of those singers. Can't guarantee, well, they're not, yeah, well, they're superstars today. I don't recognize the names, but they were very talented, very young, and very hopeful young musicians. Okay, thanks again. And this was episode number 4, and I might be go ahead and do 5 just momentarily, so stay tuned. Okay, we're going to say au revoir, and we're going to sign off. Bye-bye.